pancakes. I went inside the land of command. To go inside if he can, but couldn't do it, man. But I did. I said I could do it, and I can. No.
I'm sure you're thinking, what does Raven have to say about all this?
What the hell is up with that madman Orlando Brown? Last year he had put a video saying he got you pregnant, abortion. What the hell is going on?
Well, you know, the new show, Raven's Home, airs Friday nights at 8 o'clock. So that's what happened there.
Raven won't address the situation or give it any more attention. However, there was one little thing she said last year that had people wondering if she was talking about Orlando.
You know, it's funny, a lot of my relationships I have confidentialities with, so I'm technically not allowed to talk about. I've been in a lot of different kinds of relationships, but my first true love relationship was both pleasurable and miserable, and heartbreaking and heartfelt. It was a journey.
How old were you?
That relationship lasted, well, I started in that relationship at 13 years old, and it ended at like 20.
She claims to have NDAs for her previous relationships. If that was the case, then Orlando would definitely be violating those terms. However, 13 to 20 was roughly the timeline of her being on That's So Raven, a little before and a little after. Raven being 13 would make Orlando 11 at the time. The stories don't match up perfectly, but some people really believe Orlando is telling the truth despite his obvious shaky mental state. Orlando got a tattoo of Raven on his neck. He was about to enter probably his darkest times. He got arrested by some bounty hunters who broke into the home he was staying at and took him into custody.
You got possession, you have a PC 148, PC 243.
After he got out, he was arrested again for skipping drug court. During the arrest, he also had a meth pipe on him. At this time, he also had a warrant out for domestic battery. A few months later, he would be arrested again, this time for trying to change the locks on the doors of a friend's restaurant. Another weird situation, but this time it landed him in jail for 15 days.
He gonna go home and cry in the bed.
Get away from my house, yo. Come back over and knock the fuck out. Off your property!
With all these problems stacking up, Orlando's friends and family decided it was best for Dr. Phil to intervene and try to help him. For some reason, nobody in the comments talked about these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle contacts he was wearing, as if it was totally normal.
Today I'm glad to say I'm 4 years sober, and you know, it's been quite a journey.
After this interview, it was very clear how far drugs had taken him. He wasn't able to remember how many kids he had or their ages.
What's the 2-year-old's name?
2-year-old, still in the belly. Still in the belly, you know.
You said the 2-year-old don't know the name because it's still in the belly.
That's because I have a baby on the way as well. I
So the 2-year-old is still in the belly, so that means that that child has been in there for 2 years.
Not necessarily.
Orlando had hit rock bottom, so the only way to go was up. For the next year or so, there wasn't much Orlando content, but he started releasing music consistently, and he looked a lot healthier. And his music actually isn't that bad.